What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast No Plus. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk a little bit about Hell Is Us. I played the demo, and I wanted to kind of structure this video a little bit different. I want to talk about the demo, but I want to frame it, a certain way, because, if you're like me, if you're not like me, hopefully you can still find a place in this video. I need direction, okay, in games. Call me whatever you want to call me, a normie, stupid, whatever you want to say. But, when it comes to video games, I like maps, I like markers. I don't need everything painted. I don't, and there's reasons for these things at times, right? But I don't need my hand literally dragged, to the destination. But I need help, okay? I am in that way, whatever you want to call me, I guess, okay? Hell Is Us is a game the polar opposite, right? And this is where I kind of want to go, with this video, because I was really impressed with the demo. I thought it was awesome, and I made my way through it. And I think that, and I mean the title of this video, right? This demo didn't scare me away. It didn't make me think, all right, like I'm screwed. There was like one time that I got lost, and I actually think there was a little bit more for me to explore in the demo. There's a chance to get like 2 plaques, and those plaques will open up, I think, a room kind of in a dungeon, and then that will open up something else like in a tower. And I didn't fully complete that, but I did make my way back to like the objective I was supposed to have. I got the key, I managed to get into the vehicle, and I managed to progress. So what this game is, if you guys don't know, right, it's got a very FromSoft, feel to it. It's tough to honestly place it. I mean, we've also had so many FromSoft clone games, right? It's got an interesting style and kind of heaviness, but also lightness to the combat. I mean, within the first hour, you got a sword, and then you get dual axes. And I actually, defaulted to the axes once I got them. But, it's got that heavy, squaring up, waiting to dodge, attacking, managing your stamina. It's got all the classics, okay? I wouldn't say it's anything, radically new. I don't know if it would necessarily stand out. I think the use of the drone is maybe something that can stand out as the game progresses and as the drone can learn to do new things, right? In the demo, the drone can just distract, which is cool. Again, you have to innovate a little bit on the formula, and I think it's there enough, and we'll see where the base game goes. What really sets the game apart, okay, because you look at that and you say, okay, well, that's not necessarily anything unique. The game has no direction, okay? And I guess it's tough to say it like that. I mean, the game does open up, or the demo opens up, by literally telling you, all right, get ready, because there's no markers. There is no direction, in the sense that everything you're going to do in this game from beginning to end, you're going to figure out, right? Characters will talk to you. They'll tell you things. You'll kind of get notifications, but you have to pay attention. And in this demo, I mean, the first couple things that happens, right, is you hear directions. You hear north. You hear west. You hear, okay, there's going to be wind chimes in the forest. So, listen out for the wind chimes. So if you have your audio off, I guess you're in trouble, but you can look for them, visually as well. Then you're looking for medicine for a soldier who's dying, right? And you have to look, or you can look for X's, marked on trees. And you know that the direction is west. You have a compass, so you go literally in the west direction, and you find it. Point being, all right, that is where this game stands out. This game stands out, I think, in its uniqueness by really not guiding you. And, the way of perceiving info and talking to people, and it's very, to me, it's Disco Elysium Now, Disco Elysium, very different type of game, and I love that game. I actually hung with that game way better than I thought I would. So that kind of gave me confidence, at least from the retaining information part, because you kind of do that in Disco Elysium as well. A lot of things are told to you, and you're kind of making mental notes, and that's what happens here. Again, you'll get pop-up notifications, but talking to people, you're gonna have to literally pay attention to what they're saying. So, there's a lot going on in this demo. It's trying to establish a world, and it seems like there's some civil war going on in the world, or in your world, let's say. But then you're also, again, taking in all this info of just getting from point A to point B. But I was impressed, because this is not a game, when they talk about it, when they show it, I've watched the long, I think they've shown 10, 20, 30-minute gameplay clips before in the past, and it's I can respect what they're doing, but it's all right, it kind of scares me, flat out. It's well, I don't know if that's a game for me, because, I'm not really able to hang, especially if it gets too big. Now, what I notice, I mean, it seems like it's just the starting level, right? You're introduced to these characters, you get your first weapon. I assume it's literally the beginning of the game. So the good thing is that it's not that big. It's not that big of a semi-open world. Things loop. You'll find yourself back in the same spot. You can't go in too many directions. Basically, what I'm saying is, I don't think, at least in the beginning, you can't get lost too badly, even if you're not paying attention, right? If you're not literally doing what they are saying to do, you can still kind of figure it out. And the game seems to be like region based, right? Like at the very end, you get in the truck and you're picking, okay, I can stay at this location or I go to another one. So it's not The Witcher 3. It's, it's not games that are just, okay, here you go. And if you didn't have a map or any markers in Witcher 3, good luck, right? It's not like that. It's condensed areas and they're sectioned off, right? Which makes me a little bit more confident because it's like, well, you're still probably going to have to pay attention. You're still going to have to really pay attention to the objectives because those are things that are told to you from characters or found or read, but it's not gonna make a marker on the map, so you're gonna have to pay attention to that stuff. But it makes me more confident that, okay, well, each area is kind of unique and separated, so like if I get lost, I'm only getting lost in one place, right? Like I'll figure it out. So this demo gave me basically more hope for a different type of game and a game that I didn't really know if it was for me. I would still say this, okay? I don't know if this game is for me. In fact, I don't think it is, but it is a game that I'm willing to give a try, and that's what the demo proved to me, and I would give it a try. I mean, it comes out in September. Little busy, Borderlands Marathon, I guess. Not necessarily for me busy, like maybe for other people. Maybe there's games you have to choose between. This is a game that I think definitely stands out. It's like, okay, am I fully willing to embrace it or not? And I'm definitely more willing to embrace it now versus before the demo. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure, as always, you're subscribed to the channel, bell icon turned on, and I hope to see you all on the next one.